Hey, what's up, guys? Jason here. Just want to say what's up and just share, another milestone that um, I came to. Today marks, actually, it just turned midnight, so yesterday marked 1 year since the last time I watched porn. And, I wish I could say it's been longer than that, but it hasn't. But 1 year is awesome. That's a cool milestone to get to. Man, I still remember that last day like it was not very long ago. It just feels, man, it does not feel like it was a year ago. I tell you that. Um, but up until that point, I would go long periods of time without watching it, and then fall into it like with temptations and um, whatnot. But yeah, like a year. That's probably the longest I've made it. Since a long time. So it's not something I was like super crazy into. It's not like I would watch it every day or anything, but um, it's still something I want nothing to do with. I don't want to support that industry. I don't want to partake in anything that has to do with that. Um, I mean, there's so much darkness behind um, porn. You know what I mean? There is girls that are like seriously trafficked into it. Um, there's some girls involved with it that don't even want to be in it. And then there's some girls that, um, girls and guys that, are curious or wanting. They see the opportunity to make some good fast money, not knowing like the damage that they're doing to themselves, to their soul, to their just their body, and like the shame, the guilt that comes with that. Um, yeah, it's like just to think about it, if like no one watched porn, the industry would um, it wouldn't be able to exist, but the stats are crazy on um, like how thriving that industry is. It's pretty sad actually. Um, so, anyways, that's just something part of my journey here is like not just quitting substances, not just quitting drugs and addiction, like those types of addictions, but quitting anything that's harmful to my spirit, to my soul, to what God wants for me in my life. Like I um, I don't want anything to do with that, and like I said in my last video, or last couple 2 videos ago or something, like I'm doing no FAP, which is like no masturbation. Like I'm not active sexually at all. I'm waiting till marriage, which is crazy because I didn't always believe this. I didn't always um, have um, this purity that I'm walking in. And man, it took a lot to grow to where I'm at now, and it's only through the power of God, like just surrendering it to Him, and growing more in love with God, and just wanting to do what He wants me to do and not what I want to do. So um, yeah, I just thought I'd make a video. I know I don't really talk on this topic much at all. It feels kind of awkward to talk about, to be honest, but uh, I think it's necessary. I think it's good to put out there. I'm not trying to condemn anyone. Um, Honestly, most people watch porn. Today's society, it's completely normal, which is actually kind of sad. It's not kind of sad. It actually is sad. And even in church, like the stats, like 8 out of 10 guys, 8 out of 10 men in church, even like struggle with porn. Like I have an issue with watching porn, and man, it's a crazy thing. So um, I know there's a huge like no FAP, you know, movement going on right now, and um, there's actually a lot of scientific like benefits to like practicing that, like not watching porn, not masturbating, um, not being like sexually active. Like there is a lot of benefits to it. I, I don't know them all right now. Like it's not something I'm really like big into. You know, I'm not really even like thinking about it much. It's just something I decided to do, just because I felt so dirty, like partaking in it, because continuing to grow in God, like I would feel like so gross and disgusting, like watching that and like partaking in it, and like where it just be so like just rub my spirit such the wrong way. Like I can't, I don't even want that. Like, cause I see it for what it is. Like I look at those girls, man, it's God's daughters, which are like, you know, in the family of God, like they're my sisters, right? Like, why would I want to look at one of my sisters that way for my own selfish satisfaction, um, for my own little short-lived moment of enjoyment? I'm gonna capitalize on their vulnerability, and their the fact that they're confused or don't know who they are. I'm gonna capitalize on that and like use that to like satisfy my own self and my own sexual urges and temptations. Like no, like I cannot do that, you know. And it's like, yeah, that's literally like how I feel about it. um so I just wanted to put that out there, guys. Like um yeah, something I'm just holding off till marriage, you know. And obviously I have a desire to meet a wife, to be married, and um, you know, like we are. Man, that's a big part of. I mean, the human race would not exist if it wasn't for sex, you know, like reproduction, you know. But today's age, it got so loose, and like where everybody's just sleeping with everybody. There's STDs everywhere, you know, unplanned pregnancies and like abortions, and it's just like it's a lot of chaos, you know, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of broken families come about from just being loose sexually, you know. Um, so yeah, and that was me, you know, that was me. I would, man, I hurt girls, you know, by just using them to like for my own pleasure, to like just hook up with them, have one night stands, and I wanted nothing else from them, you know. And man, I just, man, I feel, I know I just, yeah, I don't feel guilty about it anymore, because like I've you know, repented to God, asked for forgiveness, and you know, like I don't do that no more. I don't take advantage of girls. I don't um, you know, go around like, you know, with a hidden agenda just so I can like get in their pants, you know. And just, man, the manipulation and like the whole game thing is like, ugh, I'm glad I'm not in that game no more, you know. And yeah, that's just where I'm at on this topic, guys. I know it's kind of heavy for some people, you know, but nothing against anybody, you know. I'm not trying to make people feel guilty if, you know, they're doing anything that I just mentioned, you know. Like it's just, I'm just talking about me and my experience, and how I was able to do what I'm doing, and you know, walk in the strength, and even when temptations come, to not fall into them, not feel like you have to, give in. Because I made a video a couple of weeks ago about temptations that came to me in this area. It was pretty strong, but I just stood my ground, you know. And then, the next day it was like completely gone. So, um, yeah, guys, that's that. It's a beautiful day today. It was like 97 here up in Minnesota, which is like smoking hot. Like, whew. Like you cook your pizzas outside, man, and like it was. I like it though. I love hot weather. It's so much better than like the freezing cold in the winter here, the ice and the snow. Um, and I just had some really good connections with friends, with family. Um, Man, it was a beautiful day. Not just weather-wise, but also like relationally, and like, man, I've just been tapping into such deep levels of joy lately. Like, now that I'm getting longer, into my sobriety, and um, living in freedom, it just feels good. It feels good to grow. Like, I'm having these feelings lately, like this joy that I haven't felt since like I was like a child, a kid, like childlike joy of like just joy, like happiness for life, and um, for no reason at all, just like just joyful, the joy of the Lord, just happy, like happy living um, is a quality of life as I can right now, and so, man, I'm just very thankful, very, very thankful to be free from these things, and to continue to work on myself. Like, it's a never-ending process of growing, and getting rid of habits that don't serve us, and acquiring new ones that do, new skills, new disciplines. Yeah. So that's all I got right now, guys. As always, be blessed and just take care. Hang loose. Peace.